We're in an interesting time where turf grass is being removed from landscapes because of using too much water.
With our growing populations and increasing drought periods, water is becoming more and more pressing issue for turf grass management.
At the same time, if we take turf grasses out of the landscape, one of the best known biofilters to man gets removed from the urban landscape.
Grass in the past, was thought of as, it's guzzling, it drinks so much water, but the reality is that's not true, and that these guys are creating grasses that are so much more drought tolerant.
Many of the standard cultivars that have become commoditized over the years are no longer performing under today's standard. So we had to make a choice. And the choice was we were going to go away with the dinosaurs, or we were going to improvise and go to some of these newer varieties that were so much more drastically different and new and improved from the cultivars we had been producing.
The Warm Season SCRI program is a collaborative project between several universities: Texas A&M University, Oklahoma State University, the University of Florida, University of Georgia, North Carolina State University, and the University of California, Riverside. This is a collaborative effort funded by the USDA Specialty Crops Research Initiative, or SCRI.
Those funds have been essential for allowing us to really dig in and do a lot of really good research aimed at improving warm season turfgrass genetics, mainly focused on drought and shade and salt tolerance of these grasses that we use on golf courses or in the urban landscape, athletic fields, and in parks. Then it allows us to have good grasses in the landscape which then filter pollutants.
The universities in the SCRI project have some of the brightest minds in the industry. The fact that they don't have to keep and hide their varieties almost like it's a competition thing, but they're all working together to develop just the best grasses, and they're sharing insights and they're doing test plots.
Without the collaborative effort from multiple universities, how will we best understand the limits and the limitations of a cultivar? Where are the lines that a particular cultivar grows best in? Where does it perform best in the types of soil?
How do they perform over time? How good are they at lifting as sod? How much water do they use or not use? What types of pests impact these things?
The SCRI research has been extremely impactful for all of our programs. It's allowed us to exchange experimental material of these different turfgrass species. We plant and evaluate them. After we establish them, we then turn the irrigation off and we evaluate them for a couple of years without any irrigation inputs, or at least minimal irrigation inputs, and the focus is to develop these grasses that use less water, use water more efficiently, and are more drought resistant. The impacts are actually quite tremendous because we're developing new cultivars that are more drought resistant. This project and the collaborating institutions have released 9 improved turf grasses into the industry.
2 new grasses that have been released by the University of Florida that are a direct result of this collaborative research effort: Citra Blue St. Augustine and Citra Zoe zoysia grass.
Tahoma 31 Bermuda grass from Oklahoma State, Tip Tuff Bermuda grass from the University of Georgia, Hamstar St. Augustine grass and Cobalt St. Augustine grass from Texas A&M.
There's Lobo and Sola. They're both Lobo zoysia grass, Sola St. Augustine from North Carolina State.
And Brazos zoysia grass from the University of Florida. All these new cultivars on the market provide new options for growers, new options for end users.
This research initiative is a great thing to get behind and support. I'm really excited about everybody who's involved on it, because they're pretty much the top in the nations getting together that are ultimately the best minds make the best choice at the end of the day.
We're in the early stages of adoption of some of these new grasses, but I think some of these are really game changers. We know that they use significantly less water. We know that they use less nutrients. We know that they have fewer pest problems. And so the true measure of that will come in time as these grasses are put out into the urban landscape and on golf courses and athletic fields across the southeast United States.